Hi, everyone. Good morning. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you guys are all adjusting well to the time change. Adjust that a little bit. Okay, so for those of you who are new or joining us, thank you for exercising with us this morning. My name is Corey. I'm a physical therapist here with UCSD, and I treat neurological conditions, including Parkinson's disease. And today we're going to do an exercise class. No equipment needed for today. If you have hand weights and you really want to work your strength, you could grab those if you really wanted. If not, again, no equipment needed. Might have to adjust my camera, not looking at it. Everything today I'll be kind of showing in standing, just because it's just me. Let me modify this just a second. But if you have balance issues or difficulty standing for long periods, make sure you just have a chair or a wall nearby or your caregiver if that's something that you need. Again, otherwise, we'll get moving. All right, so I'm gonna grab my phone to keep us on task. The first thing we're going to start with is just some cardio intervals. We are going to do 2 rounds, 30 seconds worth of exercise, and then we'll have 15 seconds of rest in between, and then I'll kind of tee you up for the next one, and again, that's 2 rounds. So to start, we're just going to start out nice and easy, and you're just going to march in place, trying to get those legs and your body all warmed up. All right, so go ahead and start moving. And because we are just starting, I just want you to move nice and slow. Then as you feel your body warming up, you can maybe go a little bit faster. Try to move your arms and your legs. Nice and easy.
3, 2, 1.
All right, we're gonna take a rest. The next one you're gonna do is a side step, but we're gonna add a pattern to it. So I want you to go out, out, in, out, in, okay?
Go.
And then I'm modifying or alternating between what foot is leading. If that is too challenging for you, you can just stick with the same leg. But if you want a little bit of a cognitive challenge, oops, I repeated, you can try to remember what side you're on. And move at your own pace.
1.
All right, great. We'll take a rest break. Next one we're gonna do is just punches. Kind of going across your body, like so. Give you about 5 seconds to rest.
3, 2.
All right, here we go. And punch. And really try to put some effort into these punches. If you can, also move your hips. So you can see how I'm kind of doing a little bit of a squat and then punching. It's gonna give me a little bit more power and work my body a little bit more. Good job, keep it up.
3, 2, 1.
All right,
Rest.
take a little rest. The next one we're going to do is a toe tap. And then you're going to reach out with the opposite arm. So challenge your balance a little bit while we're warming up.
1. Go.
If it's too hard on your balance, you can have one hand on the wall or a chair. You could also, if you wanted more of a challenge, do a kick instead of a tap. And if it's too hard, you can also do a step. Your balance is not as stable as you would like. Already halfway through.
2.
Keep moving.
Rest.
All right, take a little rest. Next one we are going to do is working on taking a step back and arms pushing forward, like so. We're gonna alternate feet.
2, 1, go.
So make sure you have ample room behind you. Good job, keep moving. And again, go at whatever speed you're comfortable with.
Two, one.
All right, very good. Now we're going to do some square walking. So I want you to take a step forward and a step back. So you'll forward, forward,
Three,
back, back.
two, one.
Same thing, I want you to alternate between what foot is stepping. And something to kind of keep you focused on, challenge your brain and your coordination, as well as your stepping.
Three, two, one.
All right,
Rest.
take a break, and then the next one, we're going to march and tap your knees with your opposite hand.
Three, two, one. Go.
And go. And again, if balance is an issue here, you can just go back to your marching. You could get rid of the arm taps, or you could just stand and tap your knees.
Halfway there.
Or stand next to a wall, something like that. Give yourself a little bit of balance.
Three, two, one.
All right,
Rest.
take a little rest. We're gonna have a minute rest here. So go ahead and grab a drink of water if you need. Then we're going to repeat that same warm-up. It's been really dry out lately, so hopefully all of you are staying hydrated. If that felt too easy for you that first round, this time around, I want you to try to go a little bit faster. If that felt hard, then maybe try going a little bit slower. Excuse me. And if it felt somewhere in the middle, then you're probably pushing yourself just enough. See if you can push yourself a little bit more this second time around. You want to make sure you're giving extra effort. All right, so we're going to start marching again in about 5 seconds. So everybody get back to where we started, and here we go. Nice big marches, moving those hands and those arms.
Halfway there.
Halfway through already.
Two, one.
All right, and rest, and then we're going to move into our steps, stepping out. So again, that was out, out, in, and then alternating what foot is moving first.
Two,
All right, and go ahead.
go.
Out, out, and in. And if I'm moving faster than you, that's okay.
Halfway there.
Move at whatever pace you can.
Two, one.
All right, and a rest. And then we're going to go into those crossbody punches. Make sure your feet are apart. Give yourself a good base.
Two, one.
And punch. Keep it up.
Two, one. Rest.
All right, take a little rest. And then our next one, we're gonna do those toe taps with the opposite arm, reaching out. You can start now with me, or start now. There you go. And move quicker if you can. Halfway through.
Two, one.
All right, and rest. Next, we are moving into our step backs. Oops, give myself enough room. Give yourself enough room. So stepping back, pushing those arms forward.
Two, one, go.
You're taking nice big steps. And again, if you have to move a little slower in order to do that, then do that. Already halfway through.
Two, one.
All right, and rest. And then the next one we're going to do are those we're stepping forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back. Again, alternating between which ones are leading. So forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back. Halfway through, forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back.
Two, one.
All right, and then our last little warm-up exercise is the marching and tapping your knees.
Two, one, go.
All right, last little push for our warm-up. You guys are doing great.
Halfway there.
Halfway through. Go faster if you can.
Two, one.
All right. Nice job. We are done with our warm-up. I'm now going to make some adjustments to my timer here. Okay. So now we're gonna move into our skilled rotations. We're gonna do a lot of squats today, so hope you guys are ready. These intervals are gonna break down to 45 seconds roughly, with 20 seconds in between for your rest. So again, have a chair handy, wall handy, anything like that. Kind of go at your own pace. All right, so the first one we're going to do is you're going to do a squat and then try to go up to your tiptoes. So again, it's here and down. You can, again, use a wall or a chair if you need to for your balance. Down, up. So this is a strengthening exercise, so you can go slow. 4. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, the next one we're going to do, you are going to split your feet, so one foot in front of the other, and you're gonna work on weight shifting. So rocking and reaching. Again, having a wall handy or a chair for your balance.
Go.
1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to split halfway and switch sides. This one.
Halfway there.
All right, and then let's switch. Really working that weight shift and your balance.
Two, one.
All right, and take a break. The next thing we're going to do is another squat. So we're doing a lot of those today. So you're gonna bend your knees and then you're gonna reach up as high as you can on the way up, okay? Again, chair, wall, something for your balance if you need. And again, we're gonna try to get 10 of them in, okay? So squat and big reach up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, let's go to 15, 11, 12, 13,
One.
14, 15. Good job. Take a breather after that one. Now we're gonna work on shifting left and right. Okay, so feet about shoulder width apart. And again, trying to reach over one way and then
Two.
reach the other way. Reach as far as you can. If again, balance is an issue, you'll be holding onto your chair and reaching. If this feels really easy, having both feet on the ground, you can reach even further by lifting that leg up. You guys are doing great. Almost done with this one.
2, 1, rest.
Good, take a rest. Going into our next round of squats. So again, we're gonna squat and now we're going to punch. So we squat, punch, and we're gonna alternate between which hand is punching. Again, go at your own speed. I'm gonna try to get 15 in again.
Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Halfway there.
11, moving faster now, 12, 13, 14, 15, now we're gonna shoot for 20, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Nice job.
1.
If you were able to keep up with me, we've kind of increased our squats every single time, which is great. The next one we're gonna do is for our back. You're gonna work on some rows. So thinking about pulling something towards you and pulling those shoulder blades back and together.
1. Go.
Squeeze and hold. Good. That's 1. Squeeze and hold. 2. Good upright posture. 3. 4.
Halfway there.
5. Try to do 10 of these. Squeeze and hold. 6. 7. 8. Squeeze. 9. Good. Squeeze and hold. 10. Good.
1. Rest.
Take a rest. Hopefully you guys are all still with me. Next, we're going to do a squat and then that big power up. So we just warmed up our shoulder blades. Again, I'm going to see if I can do 20 in this time period. Push myself a little bit.
1. Go.
1, if you were able to push yourself. 2, try to get at least 1 more in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good job. Next one, we're gonna work on a step and a punch with that same arm. Okay, we do a lot of opposites, but now we're gonna, so punch, same side, and come back. Good. Punch and step. Punch and step.
Halfway there.
Way through. Punch, same side. Put a little power to it. And
3, 2, 1. Rest.
all right, take a little rest break. If you need water, just time to breathe, that's fine. Take that at any point in time that you need. Okay, so the next one is for, again, our posture. We're gonna try to make a big Y, a big T, and a big I, like so, okay? Y, T, I. And if you want to think about words that start with these letters, while you're doing it, that would be a good dual task. So yellow, timber, bicycle, for example. I challenge you, you see them out loud, come up with some words. Y, T, I. Y,
3,
T,
1.
I.
Rest.
All right, moving right along. Next one we're going to try is to take one step and punch, punch, and same arm. So step, punch,
3,
punch,
2,
okay?
1. Go.
Step, punch, punch. Punch, punch. Step, 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 punch, punch. Good job. Step, punch, punch. Really big punches and big steps. Step, punch, punch. Step, punch, punch.
3,
Step,
2,
punch,
1.
punch. All right. Take a little rest. The next ones we're going to do are just balance. So if you are sitting, you can still put your feet in this position. So one foot in front of the other. It will challenge your balance, believe it or not. If you're standing, join me. You can have space in between if you need, if it's too challenging on your balance. But if you can have it directly, one foot in front of the other, that will be the most challenging. You could put a fingertip on the wall to help you with your balance if you need, and we're just gonna try to hold this. If you find yourself, falling out of this position, just take a breath, reset, put your feet back where they started, and hold it. If this feels too easy for you to just stand, you could do head turns, and that'll challenge your balance. But if this is challenging enough, just hold that there.
Rest.
All right, we're gonna take a rest break. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So opposite leg going in front. Same idea. Hold that position. I'm gonna add in the head turns to try to balance myself a little bit more. You might notice a difference side to side, and that's okay. Most of your weight should be on that back leg, and you will likely feel that one moving or working a little bit harder than the front one. Keep holding. All right, and then we're gonna take a little break. The next thing we're going to do is a little bit of coordination. So you're gonna go up onto your tiptoes, and then you're gonna try to add a bicep curl. So tiptoes, curl, down. Tiptoes, curl, down. Tiptoes, curl, down. Tiptoes, curl, down. Oh, it's hard on your balance. Tiptoes, curl, down. 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 Stay with it. Tiptoes, curl, down. If it's too hard to combine them, just pick one. Curls, down. Tiptoes, curl, down. This is where you could add your weights. Tiptoes, curl, down. Tiptoe, curl, down. All right, take a breather. You guys are all doing great, hanging in there. We'll do a couple more minutes of exercise, and then we'll start our cool down and our stretching. Excuse me. All right. The next one is gonna start in this T position. We're gonna work on just some rotation. Try to get those hands together. Definitely move at your feet and your hips. Really working on that rotation. Nice and easy. Trying to stretch a little bit further every single time. Few more.
3, 2, 1.
All right, and then take a rest. Next exercise we're going to do are some lunging, some stepping. So I want you making sure that you're stepping and shifting your weight into your stepping foot. So we'll do forward, then sideways, and then backwards, okay? So forward, make sure you're shifting your weight. Sideways, weight shift, and backwards, okay? Forward, and we're sticking with that same side. Forward, side, back. Great job.
Two, one.
Last repetition. We'll take a break. All right, and then let's take a little rest break. And then we're gonna repeat that same sequence just on your opposite leg. So a little rest. All right.
One, go.
And forward, side, back. Again, trying to shift that weight. Almost like you're going to squish a bug. Forward, side, back, forward, side, back. Good. Keep stepping. You guys are doing great.
Two, one.
All right.
Rest.
Now we're going to take a little bit of a rest break, and then we're going to go into our cool down. So grab some water, take some nice deep breaths. We're going to do a little, like I said, cool down, some active stretching. That's a few seconds. All right. So first things first, again, if you want to sit or you have a chair available, you can also do this in sitting, but we're going to first work on our head and our neck, since that gets a little bit stiff. So I want you to just take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then I want you to drop your head. And I want you to try to do like a half circle. Really just going slow and stretching out those neck muscles. They get a little bit stiff. Okay. So once you have it kind of loosened up, now we're going to add just some sustained stretching. So I want you to tilt your head kind of to the side. You can try to reach down with your opposite arm. And you should feel a stretch kind of on the side of your neck. We're going to hold this. Few more seconds. Right, and then you can bring your head up, rest a second, make sure you're not too dizzy. And then we'll repeat that onto the other side. And I'm not cranking on my neck, I'm just applying a little bit of overpressure. So I can really feel that stretch again on the side of my neck. And this can get stiff and tight. Okay, bring it up. And make sure you're not dizzy or anything. Next, we're going to do a turn. So I want you just to turn your head. You can kind of overpressure it again with your opposite hand. Or sorry, the same hand that you're turning towards. And again, I'm just applying a slight little overpressure at the jaw. You could also kind of pull it at your forehead. Nothing crazy though. You're not trying to spin your head around, just trying to get a little bit of extra stretch. Might not be used to getting. Okay, and you can kind of rest a second, and then we'll rotate the other way. And again, you might feel a side is tighter than the other. Pretty common, we kind of create those in our own posture. A few more seconds. Okay, relax and breathe. Next, we're gonna move on to our chest. Again, most of the time, we get a little bit forward flexed in our posture, so we really want to work on opening it up. So find a wall or corner, and I'm gonna put my arm up here on this ledge or wall. And then I'm just going to take a slight step forward, trying to keep my chest up and my posture up. Hold this stretch. Again, thinking about good neutral posture, chest up, head up, standing up tall. And the longer you stand here, if you feel like, you start to feel a little bit looser and can push even further, then push a little bit further. Really opening up that chest. Good. Rest, shake it out. And then we're going to switch to the other side. Same idea. You can adjust where your shoulder is. So if you feel like you're at 90 degrees and it doesn't feel like you're stretching very much, you can reach a little bit higher. If that still doesn't feel like you're stretching very much, you can drop your elbow a little bit lower than that 90 degrees, and you might feel a different stretch. Holding. All right. Drop it down, shake it out. And I just want to have a couple nice big arm circles. 5. So you're gonna reach up to the sky as high as you can, big circles out, trying to work in that range that we just stretched. 2. 3. And 2 more. Reach big and up high. Work on that posture. And last one. Reach big circles up high. All right. Now we're going to move down to our hips. For this one, what I want you to do is, again, find a wall if you have it, just so you can have something to hang on to. But we're going to try to get into a little bit of a lunge, which is something you guys have likely seen before, but we're focusing a little bit different. So I want you to focus on this region here, so the front of your hips. So you're going to try to just be up tall. I don't want you arching back like this. You're going to be up tall like so, kind of leaning, and then you can reach forward or reach up. You should feel a stretch again in that region in the front of your hips. This is another muscle that sometimes can get tight in people with Parkinson's disease and lead to that forward flexed posture. So really think about reaching tall, arm up high. Depending on your tightness, you might feel a stretch in your hamstring and your calves here, but our main focus is, again, right through the front of that hip. All right, now we're going to switch sides. Give you a second. So 1 foot in the back, 1 foot forward, leaning forward, and again, reaching up high. And just like with our other stretches, you might find one side is tighter than the other side. I know my right side is definitely tighter than the left. Oh, and also make sure that your hips are pointed straight ahead. Again, depending on where you feel tightness, you can feel this in the hamstrings and the calf as well. Really focusing on that reaching up. All right. Go ahead and shake it out. The next muscle that I wanted to stretch is the top of the thighs. This one can be pretty tricky just because of balance or knee issues. So if you have any difficulty with this stretch at all, just modify it. Again, that lunge stretch we just did can stretch into your quad depending on how tight it is. But if you are able to stand and get that leg behind you, again, holding onto the wall for support, having that knee pointed straight down. You can also do this if you want to try to stretch this later and you're having difficulty doing it in standing. You can lay on your belly, which is not a popular place to be, but you can lay on your belly and then bring this leg up like so, a little bit easier that way. Or you could also lay on your back and have your legs kind of hanging over the foot of your bed if you're able, and then having your knees bent. So you'd be laying like this. And that can sometimes, again, depending on the tightness, be good enough of a stretch. We did a lot of squats today, so I wanted to make sure that we stretch the front, these muscles. Okay, shake it out. And then last but certainly not least, those hamstrings. So having it kind of forward, this way so you can see me. And then I'm just gonna lean forward at my hips. I can already feel my tightness. Started this one also, you can do at sitting in a chair. This is another one that gets really tight and stiff. So this is a good one you want to stretch every day. Hold it. Shake it out. Other side. If this isn't enough stretch, if you had a little stool or something, you could prop that hamstring up a little bit higher if you need to. All right. That is it for today. Like Lisa said, no class next week just for the Thanksgiving holiday. But thank you guys all for joining me. If you guys have any exercise ideas or things you want to work on, let Lisa or myself know, because we're always looking for ideas. But otherwise, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next month.